A gunman kills at least 12 people in a shooting rampage in Binghamton, New York. We'll have the very latest coming up. Good evening, I'm Josh Wucher.
And I'm Amanda Hall. Also ahead, 2 years after the death of a Gainesville police officer, friends and family are remembering his life. WUFT News starts now.
Live from North Central Florida's first television station. This is WUFT News.
A shooting rampage leaves at least 12 people dead in Binghamton, New York.
A lone gunman is blamed for the attack at a place which offers aid to immigrants. NBC's Chris Clackham has more.
Authorities in Binghamton say in order to trap those inside. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
A late-breaking development, NBC News is now reporting the gunman fatally wounded 15 people before killing himself. At one point, the gunman held at least 40 hostages. There are now reports the SWAT team negotiated the release of two separate groups of about 10 hostages before the gunman killed himself.
A man is facing voyeurism and child porn charges in Gainesville, and police say he may be a suspect in other crimes. WUFT's Tori Greenwald joins us from the newsroom with details. Tori?
Tori Greenwald, WUFT News.
Tori, thank you. Santa Fe College is the latest school to wrestle with budget cuts and expects to take at least a $500,000 hit in the next fiscal year. Santa Fe could be asked to survive on state funding that's just 80% of what it was a few years ago.
Our effort here is to keep the joy of what we do, and that was one of the messages yesterday. There are a lot of good things. I'm amazed every day that of the activities that students and faculty and staff are involved in. I'm just absolutely amazed. We will get through this. This will turn around.
SFC says teachers are working harder and taking on more students to help deal with the crunch, but the future could bring tuition increases and a possible cap on enrollment. April 2nd, 2007, a bittersweet day for Gainesville. After the men's Gator basketball team won its second national championship, a police officer lost his life, killed by a drunk driver during the street celebrations. WUFT's Kimberly Quizon explains how he's being remembered 2 years later. Kimberly?
The conference also includes presentations, workshops, and speakers. A new University of Florida veterinary program is hitting the road.
We'll show you how this new program can make caring for thoroughbreds an easier task. Stay tuned.
You're watching WUFT News.
UF's vet school has taken the concept of house calls to a whole new level.
A new service for horse breeders could be a win-win for the industry and the vet school students. WUFT's Francis Viasillo has the story.
While Adventureland may not have clicked for our New York critic, but the consensus from the Broadcast Film Critics Association is a little bit more charitable. The Critics' Choice rating for Adventureland is a 77, or roughly a C+. Dan Larkin, WUFT News.
Dan, thank you. Now, Amanda, I'm going to have to disagree with Jeffrey Lyons. I think that looks like a really funny movie.
Absolutely. It looks like it's going to have one of those great one-liners.
Yeah,
the drinking.
Yeah.
Are you drinking drugs?
The director, Greg Matteau, I'm a big fan of Superbad, so I would think it'd be a very funny movie.
Yeah, and it's more for our generation, our age
exactly.
group. We can appreciate.
All right, well, coming up next in sports, one of the NFL's biggest troublemakers. He's been released. Sports
Director Marissa Richmond will have that, plus there's another new coach in SEC basketball. We'll have Mark Fox's thoughts on going to Georgia. Stay with us.
Before they officially start on the floor, tomorrow's meet begins at 7 o'clock.
Okay, Marissa, big influx of coaches in the SEC should make for an interesting year next season.
Yeah, totally different conference next year. I'm so excited to see what's going on next season. But yeah, just a lot of new coaches, a lot of totally different games, a lot of coaching schemes. So I'm very, very excited to see what
more
this.
More competitive, the better.
Right,
yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely, and a lot of new coaches. It's definitely more competitive with John Calipari, Billy Donovan. Come on, it's gonna be awesome.
All right, Marissa, thank you very much. Thanks. Well, after a few days of pretty nasty weather, the skies have finally cleared up, but for how long?
Miles Doran will have that answer after the break.
We thought the cold weather was over, but that may not be the case. We got some cold weather that we got to look forward to, so don't put away those sweaters just yet. And also tonight, if you're outside, keep an eye to the southeast sky. NASA is launching a rocket from Cape Canaveral tonight, 8:31. So sun's going to be down. Take a look to the south and east, and you might see a little bit of a show in the sky.
All right, so we'll look for that tonight, and you gave us the relief answers that we've finally been waiting for. We had all this rain really hitting us hard this week, but a nice weekend. So
nice first half of the weekend.
Yeah,
Sunday night is when we got to watch out for some more showers and thunderstorms moving through.
Well, we'll be ready for it.
I'll be watching that rocket launch.
Yeah, it should be a pretty cool sight tonight.
All right, Miles, thank you. And thank you for joining us. BBC World News is next with PBS NewsHour at 7.
And at 8, Washington Week will have much more on President Obama's trip to the G20 summit in London.
Have a great weekend.
Good night.